I'm Yvonne, and sometimes they say when you're invited to speak, your brain sits. So I hope today my brain is not going to sit. So I started off my career, I was very deliberate about what I wanted to do, who I wanted to work for, until I got to my pitfalls of distraction and I veered off to politics a little bit. I had a fortunate boss who understood my personality that I wanted to go and serve my people of Larry. Maybe one day I'll go back and do that. Um, I started off as an intern at KQ. I woke up one day and I was, I think, third year. I have my classmate here, Mary, and I said, okay, now I need to start working. I'm one of those people, I think I don't pause, I just keep going. And I walked, I drove to KQ, and I didn't even know where I was going. I walked to the streets. The first office I saw was director finance. And I told him, I'm here looking for internship. She asked me, how did you get in? I said, through the gate. And he called somebody in marketing and said, there's a lady here who's looking for internship. And there I was. I went to KQ as an intern. Young. I did 1 year unpaid. And why I'm usually so nice to interns is because of, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We all know what interns do. I did everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But it taught me. And I could relate with what Rosalind was saying when your anchoring must be right. And I was attached to then Thomas Opio, who was the director for, he was manager, advertising and branding and something. Then he would send me for all the ugly runs to Scan Group. And I would take a bus. Sometimes I would walk because I don't have fare. And I did it. And one day an opening happened at Scan Group. And I was told, okay, come and start working. And I was so excited. At 30,000. Then my boyfriend, who became my husband, told me, when I would tell people what I'm doing, he'd say, she's doing CSR. Because 30K. But anyway, it was the best time of my life. The things I learned, doing the hard job, going to Nation in Amaruti. How many of you here from Scan Group, you know that story? The creative load, something that is not opening just to buy him time. You go to Nation, man, you're bashed. But those are the things that made me who I am today. And then when you start out in your career, there's this ugly brief you're given annual reports. How many of you have gone through that ugliness at the agency or where you work? It is gruesome. You sleep in the office. I was that chick who was thrown financial services and difficult clients. So I started working on them. And then I had this cast client, UAP. And man, doing the annual reports was crazy. But I took it with a lot of, I keep saying, nothing is thrown at you by chance. God wanted you to learn that lesson. And if you don't learn it, God will keep taking you back. They meet at 6 o'clock. Who wakes up at 6 o'clock? So I had to be at UAP at 6 o'clock to take a brief from James Wambogo, who actually till today is my mentor. And as I started putting these numbers together, I would ask him questions. What does underwriting mean? What is gross written premium? What is driving your business? Why is your shareholder value going down? And yet these numbers look very nice. And he would explain to me. I would go to the finance lady, and nobody wanted to touch that job at the agency. Because, it's terrible. I said I'll never work for a listed company. But I found myself in very many. And it is in that point, doing the most ugly job at that particular moment, I met my next employer, and the rest is history. So my personality, I can say my love for numbers, I quiz a lot of things. Like when we're all seated, I told the ladies, hey, the marketing budget seated on this table is crazy. So I always think about numbers. And that is the one thing that has made me, progress. As I started out as 19, and I was reporting to a chairman who was, I think, 65, headed to 80. And it was so difficult having discussions of worksheets. You're discussing, next week. This guy has seen 5 years from now. Man, he's old. He can be like my grandfather. And I had to bring myself down and learn a lot. So that was a challenge. And over and above it, as I went through this journey. I'm in insurance. I'm loving it, and I'm going to be there for a while. And when you're walking into a room as a marketer, I used to get that a lot. Watu wa banners. Ama ile department ya chairman. Because no one wanted to touch you. No one, every time you go, my chairman had this phrase, if you want your money spent, give it to Yvonne. Because at that particular moment, I didn't understand what was driving the business. You know, the gross return premiums. I didn't understand why are you not giving me my marketing budgets? And all I could say, you think marketing is expensive? You try not having it. But I wasn't cutting it until I had to go down and look at my business drivers. And the moment I started talking that language, my budget started slowly, trickling down. Then I also went back to school. I could really relate with what she was talking about. I'm having a young family, man. I am doing my MBA. I am doing my professional courses. Then I finished that. You know the way you kick them down? I'm like, PhD, here we come. Yeah? I get to school and I do all that. And then now you realize and you start, now they don't look at you as that girl who asks for budget, that girl for banners. Actually, I'm a bit lucky. I've not been told that girl of banners because when I get into a room, hey, I'm not your banner girl. That one I put that conversation way before. But I would struggle with so many balls in the air. But I got to a point where I said, Yvonne, what is the most important thing for you and for this season? I got to that point, I said, school is. Put my head down for almost 6 years. Never partied, didn't meet friends. So the friends who know you and know what you're going for will stick around. I lost quite a bit, and it's okay. People, you'll reconnect. But also what is important to you. And don't feel bad by telling people you're not for my season. I will not tell you, but you'll call me, we'll have a quick chat, I'll disappear. Because at that particular moment, what I'm trying to achieve, and I also appreciate I may not be of your season. So I have been in insurance for a while, and looking to grow, looking to learn, we're 49 regulated insurances, but they're like 3, 4 women. So there's a lot